At PYTCH, we create experiences and deliver messages. We do that through the creative process, through art and through technology. A lot of people ask us what those things are though. What makes up the work we do and how do we deliver it? So in this series, I'm going to talk through the constituent elements of our work, ranging from a camera right through to the creative process. I want to share that knowledge, I want to inspire the next generation of producers, and I want to open the lid on what we do and how we do it. Today, we're talking about teleprompters. So what's a teleprompter? You know when someone's looking at a camera and they're reading a script or they're telling the news and they just seem to know everything they're being said, it's all in their head. Well, it's actually not. What they're doing is looking at a thing called a teleprompter and they're reading it. So when you look at that news presenter and think, wow, they're all over it, they've got their script in their head, what they're actually doing is sitting there reading like this, staring at a camera. And a teleprompter is a thing that allows them to do that. So before I talk about this thing called a teleprompter, imagine something else. Imagine there was a TV screen next to a camera and I was reading the script. What would happen is I'd look like this. I'd be looking over there, talking to you like this, and you wouldn't feel like I'm very connected to you, and that would reduce the trust you have in me and what I'm saying. So it's really important that I look to the camera like this, and I can talk directly to you, and hopefully that makes you feel like we're actually having more of a conversation with each other. So how does that work? Starting at the front of the system here, what we've got is a normal TV screen down the bottom here, and this is actually a piece of glass. And what happens is the presenter can see a reflection of that TV screen in the glass. So they're basically looking at the TV in a reflection. Behind the glass is the camera. Now what's clever is that camera can see straight through the glass and the presenter can see the screen. Now it does that because of the reflective nature of the piece of glass that's on here. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to read the script on the teleprompter and it's going to be recorded by this camera back here. So you can see what it looks like when a presenter is reading the script to the camera. So let's turn to a different camera now. So what we've done now is set up the teleprompter and the camera, the lights and this big video screen so I can use a teleprompter as though I'm in a TV studio. But I kind of am in a TV studio because this is our TV studio. So let's cut to camera. What you're going to see next is a recording on the camera looking through the glass with me reading a script. Now, I've never read this script before, so it might be interesting how well I do it. Hello and welcome to the virtual venue. I'm Johnny Palmer, the man with a 727 as his office. I'm presenting from an auto cue. This means all the words that appear in front of me I read. This script hasn't been proofread yet, so who knows what I'll say. Thanks, Joseph. Here are some long and complex facts that I couldn't remember off the top of my head. The tallest building in the world is the 828-meter Burj Khalifa in Dubai. The fastest car in the world is the Ford Ka+. Thanks, Joseph. Perfect for everyday granny adventures. The slowest car in the world is the SSE Tuatara with a meager top speed of 316 miles per hour. Okay, so I was doing quite well there for a while. But Joseph just gave me an absolute gibberish script, which I hadn't read before, couldn't pronounce some of the words, and also it made me laugh because it was a bit silly. But the point is, hopefully that looked like I was looking to you in your eye while I was reading the script at the same time. And had I actually rehearsed, I could have read the script in a much more fluid, slick kind of way. So next time you see a newsreader staring at the camera, reading for hours on end, you know they're actually looking at a piece of glass and the camera that's recording them is sitting behind that piece of glass. I hope that makes your TV watching more interesting, and maybe one day you'll be using a teleprompter to do your presentations on TV.